Kim Min-ju and of course Park Se-jin from 옥상달빛 right here with us. Now I'm so excited for this because we get to chat with them a lot about their music today. So if you've got any questions or messages, you can also take part and try to ask them anything you like really, and I promise you I shall be looking at some of your messages. Now you came out on Super K-pop, I hear, about 4 years ago, but it's actually the first time I'm meeting you. Great to meet you firstly. How does it feel to meet your overseas fans after such a long time? 슈퍼 K-pop에는 4년 전에 출연했던 것 같은데 저는 이제 처음 뵈네요. 오랜만에 해외 팬들 만나는 기분 어떤지?
우선 영어가 너무 많이 들려서 떨리고요.
아, 진짜요? 제가 최대한 줄이겠습니다.
아니요.
네.
너무 반갑습니다. 오랜만에 와가지고 더 좋은 것 같아요, 지금.
맞습니다.
Very good. So firstly, Yunju was saying that. Firstly, she's hearing lots of English right now in her ears, of course, because we are an English broadcasting station. So she is quite nervous, but it's great to come out here and, of course, to see all of the fans as well. Brilliant. Well, I'm very happy that you guys are here. We need to talk a little bit of music first, I think. Continuing on from 어른이 될 시간, Coming of Age, which you released last year. You've come back with another new song, 청춘 길일. And this was written in the album introduction. I was wondering if maybe one of you could read it. In English, it says, even during the time when I thought I hit rock bottom, there were good moments. 신곡을 발표했어요. 청춘 길일. 앨범 소개에 이렇게 적혀 있던데요. 두 분 중에 혹시 한 분이 읽어주세요.
네, 인생의 가장 밑바닥이라 생각했던 시간 속에서도 좋은 순간들이 있었다.
Oh, beautiful. So even during the time when I thought I hit rock bottom, there were good moments. Now, I do believe that Se-jin wrote and composed the song. What time of your life were you thinking about? 어떤 시절을 떠올리면서 쓴 곡인가요?
저의 어떤 시절이라기보다는 청춘이 항상 막 밝고 예쁘고 좋고 좋은 시절만 있는 건 아니잖아요.
그렇죠.
네네. 그 뒤에 있는 그 암흑기 같은 시간들도 의미가 있다. 이런 거를 좀 포커스를 맞추고 싶어서 메시지를 담아서 쓴 곡입니다.
Interesting. So Se-jin talks a little bit about. So it's all to do with youth, isn't it? And you know, during your youth, you might think of all the beautiful, bright moments, but not all of them are like that, right? So she kind of wanted to talk about sort of after that period, maybe having meaning as well. So she kind of wanted to present that and portray that in this song too, which I think she did very, very well. What was a good moment, maybe for both of you? What was a good moment during maybe some hard times as well? 예를 들어 힘들었을 당시 좋았던 순간은 언제였나요? 두 분 다.
힘들었을 때는 아무래도 저희가 그 대학 들어가기 전에 좀 오래 공부를 했거든요.
재수하고 이랬을 때.
근데 아무래도 그런 시간이 길다가 이제 합격했다는 얘기가 가장 좋았던 거 아닐까라는 생각이 들어요.
제일 좋은 날이죠, 사실 그 날이.
네.
Very good. So actually, so Yunju was mentioning that before going into university or graduating, study for a really long time. Now, of course, once you study for a really long time, it's great to know that you've actually passed and graduated. So that day probably would be a really good day for her. What would you consider yourself right now? What about right now in your lives? What would you say is happening in terms of where you are? 지금은 어느 정도에 올라와 있는 것 같은지 궁금해요.
올라와 있다?
그냥 가고 있어요. 가고
있는 중.
네네네.
약간 좋은 표현이네요, 이게. So not completely up here, not at the bottom, but they're kind of on their way up, which is a good way of actually explaining that as well. Excellent. Well, listen. We do actually have some listeners as well who have written in lots of messages. So I do promise I will be reading lots of these out. And any questions you want to write in, do make sure you keep those coming. Now, shall we read a question actually? From Tasmia Tazin from Bangladesh, who writes in a message. 지금 방글라데시에서 지금 질문이 몇 개 들어왔는데요. Tasmia says, well, there's a couple here. Let's have a look. Firstly, do you like retro stuff or vintage stuff? 첫 번째 질문 좀 랜덤한 질문인데요. 좀 빈티지 같은 물건들 좋아하시는지, 레트로 같은 물건들.
네, 좋아요.
너무 좋죠. 새 거보다는 약간 뭐 가구가 됐건 옷이 됐건 빈티지한 거는
이것도 오늘 이거 빈티지인데?
아 진짜요? Oh, very good. Good sense as well. I like that. So yeah, no, they're big fans of retro and vintage stuff, Tasmia, because rather than new stuff, they do like older stuff, whether it be like furniture, whether it be clothes and stuff like that. And actually, Sejin today is wearing is vintage clothing. Perfect. Old school. Old school. I like that. That's a good way to explain it. Tasmia also says, is there an idol group member you would want to be featured in your songs? 만약에 아이돌 그룹 멤버랑 콜라보 할 수 있으면 누구랑 하고 싶은지 질문 또 있네요.
너무 많아요.
오케이. 시간 많아요 오늘 괜찮아요?
네. 다 얘기하나요? 생각나는 사람 딱 있어?
샤이니.
샤이니 최고죠.
샤이니는 이유가 있을까요?
저희가 샤이니를 예전부터 엄청 좋아했어가지고 언젠가 같이 한번 노래 부르면 좋겠다 싶긴 한데 뭔가 목소리가 안 붙을 것 같다라는 생각도 들어요 한편으로.
근데 잘하시니까 샤이니도 잘 붙게 만들 수 있지 않을까요?
네, 너무 좋아요.
Very good. So Sejin goes with, you heard it straight out, Shiny would be her choice. Since she was young, or since they were young, they really supported and been fans of Shiny for a long time. They kind of did kind of think about the fact that maybe it might not quite match up with them doing a collaboration together, but I would love to see them try to do that. That would be really cool. Excellent. And also Tasmia wants to say, what's your favourite children's game? Or let's kind of spin it around. What did you like to play a lot when you were a child? 어렸을 때 제일 좋아했던 게임이나 뭐 하고 놀았는지.
어렸을 때는 아무래도 저희 나이 때는 대부분 고무줄이었어요.
고무줄.
알아요?
그게 그 손으로 이제
아니요. 이렇게 다리에다 걸고 하는.
줄넘기는 아니고.
오케이.
네. 그래서 막 이렇게 다리 찍고 넘어지고.
편을 나누어서 이렇게 대항전으로 하는 거예요. 네, 약간 게임 같이 하는 건데.
오케이.
처음에는 무릎에다가 하고 그다음에 뭐 허리. 그다음에 이렇게 들고
그런 식으로.
Interesting. So so firstly, Yunju was saying that there's this game where is it a rubber band or some sort of line, right? Some sort of line that you kind of wrap around your body, and you kind of have to kind of do that with some other people and play that. That was something they love to do with their friends and stuff. That's quite cool. Very nice. All right. Thank you very much, Tasmia. I like those questions. Remember, more of those would be very much appreciated. Now, we've spoken a lot about this new track that has come out. I think we should probably have a listen to the songs. So this is 옥상달빛 with 청춘길일, The Best Days. So that was 옥상달빛 with 청춘길일, which is The Best Days. Now, of course, guys, we are accepting all of your questions, messages, things like that you want to write in. Feel free to do that, and I will try to get through as many of those as I can. Now, it's interesting, this song is all about, of course, youth, right? I thought we could talk a little bit about youth. One book, actually, showed a country that used to consider youth as being 20 to 45. Okdal, of course, the definition of youth. So, until what age would you consider as being youthful? 어떤 책에서 보니까 한때 젊은 나이를 20살부터 이제 45살까지로 정의한 나라도 있었다고 하던데, 젊음과 청춘의 대명사 옥상달빛은 청춘이 몇 살까지라고 생각하세요?
청춘.
요즘에 그런 얘기를 둘이 안 그래도 많이 했었는데 하고 싶은 게 있으면 그때까지 계속 청춘인 것 같아요.
그럼 그게 없어지면 청춘 아닌 거죠?
네네.
그럼 아직도 하고 싶은 게 많은 거죠?
그렇죠.
네네.
Very good. So 옥상달빛 was saying that they've talked about this a lot, actually. Yunju was saying that, for example, if you have still something in your life that you want to do, then you can still considered as being part of the youth. I think that's her definition of youth. So once you run out of things that you want to do, maybe you're considered as past that. Well, what kind of things are left for you guys to do? What kind of things do you want to do? 그럼 뭐가 그렇게 하고 싶은지 궁금해요.
저는 요즘에 그 영상 공부를 하고 싶어요.
영상 만드는
네, 뭐 뮤직비디오나 뭐나 그러니까 사진 찍고 그런 걸 좋아하긴 하는데 뭔가 음악 말고 내가 또 잘하는 게 다른 거 뭔가 더 잘하는 게 있지 않을까라는 걸 찾고 싶어요. 네.
Cool. So Yunju was saying that for her, there are still things that she wants to do. For example, learning how to do video production, whether it be like a music video or something. She kind of has thought to herself, apart from music, is there something else I could be better at or something else I could do? And I think that's something she would love to do. Actually, she has got into photography before, so that's something she would like to get involved with. Okay, 세진 씨는요?
저는 다른 장르 음악도 한번 해보고 싶어요.
작업 말씀하시는 거죠?
네네네. 하우스 같은 거.
완전 다르네요.
네네네네.
Okay.
평소에 좋아해서. 네.
House music. So Sejin was saying that she wants to get involved still in music, but a different genre of music actually. So house music is what she mentioned, which is completely different, right, to what Okdal do actually. So that could be something fun to do in the future. Very, very nice. Now, Okdal is, of course, the definition of healing. When we listen to Okdal music, we do feel a lot of healing. What do you do these days to receive a little bit of healing yourselves? 옥상달빛 하면 또 이제 힐링의 대명사잖아요. 두 분은 요즘 어떤 걸로 힐링하는지 궁금합니다.
상호명 얘기해도 돼요, 근데?
안 되지 않을까?
방송국이.
네, 안 됩니다. 네.
안 되는구나.
네.
방송 처음 해보시나 봐.
어떻게 돌릴 수 있나요?
여기는 조금 풀어졌을 줄 알았죠. 여기는
더 편하게.
글로벌하니까. 근데
네.
저는 이제 일 다 끝나고 그 제가 좋아하는 미드 채널 보는 거예요.
오케이, 오케이.
알죠? N으로 시작하는? 네네네네. 그 플랫폼에 들어가서 이것저것 막 고르고 보고 이렇게 한두 개 정도 보고 자는 거. 네, 그 힐링이에요.
제일 좋아하는 드라마가 있나요?
제일 좋아하는 드라마요?
네,
너무 많은데.
너무 많으세요?
너무 많은데 요즘에 그냥 브루클린 99이라고 혹시 아시나?
알아요.
네네네. 재밌어요, 엄청. 여러분들도 보세요.
Very good, very good. So for healing, Sejin, she will go onto there's a platform that you can go to watch shows, dramas, movies, things like that. I think everyone knows what it is. But what she does is she'll go on the platform and she loves to watch like sort of foreign or American dramas. Brooklyn Nine-Nine she mentions as one she particularly enjoys, but there are so many that she does. Yunju, what about you? Healing. Healing.
저는 요즘에 그냥 한강 걷고 있어요.
Walking.
네.
Okay, yeah. So, Yunju, just walking down Hangang River. That is a really good thing to do, actually, for healing. I think if you're a bit stressed, doing a bit of walking next to water, I think there's something really relaxing about that. Very good. Excellent. All right. Well, we do have some questions from our listeners, actually. I thought we could probably go through another one. Yonit from Israel says, hello, it's my first time listening to your songs. It's really relaxing. I love it. Yeah, nice. How did you get to know each other? 서로 어떻게 알게 됐는지 질문이 들어왔는데요.
저희는 학교 그 작곡과 동기예요.
작곡과
대학교에서.
대학교요?
네네네네. 그래서 저희가 아까 전에도 말씀드렸다시피 재수하고 들어가서 저희가 딱 들어갔을 때는 다른 친구들은 다 20살이었고 저희는 24살인가 그랬어요. 그래서
들어갔을 때요?
네네네네. 그래서 다른 친구들이랑 나이 차이가 좀 나서 다른 친구들이랑은 별로 그렇게 섞이지 못했고 둘이 알게 됐는데 말이 너무 잘 통하는 거예요. 재밌고. 그래서 금방 좀 친해졌어요.
Nice. So, Yonit, so the answer is basically, so Sejin was saying that they actually met at university where they both studied songwriting or making music. And they were a little bit different because they went into university both a little bit late. They were 24 at the time, and everyone else is, of course, 20 in Korean age. So what late, 18, 19, they went in about 22, 23. And, they both kind of clicked together straight away. They both thought about things in this sort of similar sort of way, and they kind of got on very well. Did you think that you would be able to be in a team together at that time? And 그때는 혹시 팀 같이?
아니었어요. 그냥 친구. 그리고
그냥
졸업할 때쯤에 같이 해볼까? 약간 이런. 네.
그럼 바로 이제 누가 먼저 얘기하셨나요?
저희 사장님이 얘기해줬어요.
그때 사장님은 아니었고요. 저희가 무슨 공연을 했는데 거기에 놀러 왔다가 알게 돼서 이제 그렇게 연결이 돼서 지금까지 같이 하고
지금은
있어요.
사장님이 되셨어요, 그분이.
그럼 같이 해보는 게 어떨까라는 던져보고
제안을 해주셨는데
두 분 다 바로 오케이.
네, 재밌을 것 같아서 시작했죠. 바로.
Very good, very good. So at the time, they didn't think that they'd become a team. Not at that time when they were studying. Actually, when afterwards, towards graduation, they decided, shall we do something? And someone they knew, who they met at a sort of a show that was happening, who is now the boss, was like, do you know what? Why don't we do something together? And they thought, yeah, do you know what? I think this could be fun actually, doing this or trying this together as well. Very, very good. Now it's almost like 10 years. Oh my goodness me. 10 years since your debut. I'm sure you know what the other person is thinking just by looking at each other's eyes. When was like the most recent time this happened? 두 분이 이제 데뷔한 지 10년 가까이 됐나요? 그쵸?
네, 한 8년 정도
8년?
됐어요. 네.
와우. 이젠 눈빛만 봐도 서로 뭘 원하는지 알 것 같은데 최근에 그랬던 순간이 있다면 언제였나요?
이런 걸 좀 자주 느끼는 건 그 메뉴를 고를 때
이게 제일 중요한 것 같아요.
맞아요.
그죠?
메뉴를 고를 때 윤주가 대명사 같은 거를 생각을 잘 못해요. 뭐였지? 라고 얘기했을 때 제가 바로 맞춰요. 네, 그런 건 있어요.
오케이. 그럼 음식은 예를 들어 서로 뭐가 맞는 음식이 있는지?
둘 다 저는 이제 약간 고기를 좋아하고요. 세진이는 스시.
여기 좀 다른데요?
근데
다른데 또
다 좋아해요.
다 좋아하니까.
전반적으로 다 사실 좋아해요.
그럼 좀 안 맞는 거 있나요?
안 맞는 거.
안 맞는 거.
아니 둘 다 안 좋아하는 음식이 있는지 두 분 다.
웬만하면 없을걸요.
잘 됐네요. 이렇게 잘 맞네요. Very good. So definitely the time when they think they know what each other's thinking or they're right for each other is basically with food, which is very important actually when you're working together, right? Food. So actually, firstly, Yoonju likes meat. She's a bit of a meat lover. Sejin's a bit of a raw fish lover or like a sushi or sashimi lover. So, but to be honest, they just all love all food. There's no food that they dislike. So that's worked out very, very well for them. What about, have you ever had a fight? Have you had a disagreement with each other? 혹시 활동하면서 뭐 싸운 적이 있는지, 부딪힌 적이 있는지?
저희는 근데 막 싸우기 전에 얘기로 푸는 타입이라서 막 되게 막 완전 소리를 높여가며 싸우는 다른 여타 밴드들과는 다릅니다.
얘기를 해요. 커피 마시면서 얘기를 하고.
근데 사실 뭐 삐질 수도 있잖아요.
근데 그거는 서로 성격을 잘 몰랐을 때는 그랬거든요.
그쵸.
근데 이제 시간이 오래 지나니까 세진이는 이런 성격, 나는 이런 성격. 그러니까 이해하게 되더라고요.
네, 맞아요.
Cool. They're very mature, I think. So they've never really had a huge fight together because they've known each other for so long. They know each other's personality. So they kind of, what they do is before it turns into like a fight or something, they'll kind of grab a coffee and just talk it out, communicate with each other, which is really, really important. Excellent. Well, do you know what? We've got more questions, more messages from our listeners to actually go through, but we should probably have a listen to another song. This is 옥상달빛 with 어른이 될 시간, Coming of Age. 옥상달빛 어른이 될 시간, Coming of Age. And yeah, absolutely love that track. Actually, Kim Yoonju wrote this song, which is interesting. Where did you get the inspiration to complete this one? 어디에서 영감을 얻어서 완성했는지 이 노래.
이 노래는 그 나무로 주제를 잡고 노래를 써달라는 제의를 받았어요. 네, 그래가지고 나무에 대해서 고민을 하다가 뭐 다른 분들은 산책, 뭐 여러 가지 뭐 그런 걸 썼는데 그냥 그런 뭔가 나무가 자라듯이 사람도 자라잖아요. 그런 시간이 분명히 필요한데 뭔가 이 시간이 별로야 이렇게 생각하는 분들이 생각보다 많잖아요. 저희도 그랬고. 그러니까 그 시간들이 다 필요하다. 어른이 될 시간이 우리에겐 필요하다. 그러니까 걱정하지 마라 라는 생각으로 만들게 된 곡이에요.
Lovely. So she actually got a suggestion to write a song about the topic of tree. Yeah, that was the topic for the song. Now, others, when you think of tree, you might think of, I don't know, walking or something like that. But she kind of thought about this in a way of a tree obviously grows, and we, like trees, also grow at the same time. And some people don't really enjoy that sort of growing journey and think of it as a negative way. But actually, we do also need the time to grow like a tree does and to enjoy that time as well. So that's kind of how she thought about completing this song. Absolutely beautiful, I'm sure you guys will agree. We do have just lots more messages, actually. I need to probably read out some more of these. So let's have a look at a message message from Liana from Malaysia. And it says, hello, Ogdal. I've actually known them for 6 years since they did a collaboration with Vix, I think, maybe. I really like their songs. Which indie artist that you love to work with the most when doing festivals? It's summer, of course, there's lots of festivals going on. Which place would you love a festival to be held? Like your dream place. 일단은 6년 동안 알았대요, 리아나님이. Very good. Indie artist that you'd love to work with. 페스티벌 할 때 뭐 같이 하고 싶은 인디 아티스트들이 있는지 공연할 때.
우선은 지금 저희 회사에 같이 있는 친구들도 굉장히 많은데요. 거기에서도 좋은 뮤지션이 너무 많아서 얼마 전에 그 윤딴딴이라는 친구랑도 같이 영상을 하나 찍었는데 라이브를 너무 다 잘해요. 그래서 그런 친구들이랑 했을 때 되게 좋은 시너지를 얻는 것 같아서 우선은 뭐 윤딴딴, 소수빈 뭐 이런 친구들 생각이 납니다. 네.
Cool. So actually, well, firstly, if you think about the people that they're with together in their label, they've got so many talented and great musicians. I mean, she mentioned a few brilliant ones. Yun Tan Tan, they did something with recently and just so good live, which is great. And then Sosubin, she also mentions as well, but there are so many talented people they could work with in the future. Yeah, so what's like a dream festival for you? 꿈 같은 페스티벌, 어디서 뭐 페스티벌 하고 싶은지 아니면 콘서트?
코첼라.
코첼라.
가고 싶어요.
그냥 가고 싶은 거야?
그냥 놀러 가는 거죠?
놀러 가는 것도 좋지만 공연에 초대를 좀 받으면 정말 행복할 것 같아요. 네네.
So Coachella actually, of course, is like one of the ultimate places, isn't it, for a festival, I think, over in the States. I think that would be a great place. What was the best place in Korea, do you think you've done a concert or festival? 한국에서 제일 좋았던 베뉴가 있다면? 아니면 페스티벌?
굉장히 저는 오래된 페스티벌이 생각이 페스티벌은 아니고요. 그때 영화제였던 것 같아요.
영화제.
네, 영화제였는데 그때 밤에 한 9시, 10시에 시작했어요. 되게 어두울 때.
네.
뒤에 호수가 있고 네,
그래서
물안개도 막
그래서 뭔가 사람들이 정말 아무 소리도 안 나고 너무 집중을 하고 있는 게 너무 같이 그 집중을 해서 진짜 되게 행복한 공연이었어요.
Wow, that's cool. So Yoonju mentions it's not really a festival. It was kind of a film festival, I think. A film festival that they kind of took part in. The show was like really late, sort of 9, 10ish, so it was quite dark. And there was like, I think, a lake in the background as well. And people were really quiet when listening and really kind of focusing in on their performance. And that was something which she was just really happy, actually, about that. And it was probably one of the best ones that they've done in the future. Very nice. Okay. We've also got Andrea rising in from Romania. Romania, okay.
안녕하세요.
Yeah, 안녕하세요. Hello. It says, hello, I recently discovered this radio. I love it. I didn't hear about Oktar before, but I really like their music. It's nice, it's peaceful, it helps you focus. I've got a question. Okay, this is quite serious. What is your biggest fear in life, or what was it? 삶에서 제일 무서워하는 것 아니면 좀 겁이 나는 거 있는지.
무서워하는 거.
예전에는 그런 게 있었는데
네.
지금은 그렇게 없어요. 그게 다 참 다행인 것 같아요.
그럼 좀 어렸을 때는 어떤 것이 좀 무서웠나요?
그냥 불안한 거? 그러니까 미래에 대한 불안함?
그렇죠.
예, 그게 항상 따라다녔던 것 같긴 한데 이제 뭐 대학을 들어가면 대학 졸업하고 나서 또 불안하잖아요.
그렇죠.
계속 생활하면서 그런 생각들이 있었는데 뭐 작년 이후에 사실 그런 거는 좀 없어졌고 뭘 하든 잘 살 수 있을 것 같다라는 막연한 생각이 들더라고요, 이제는.
Cool. So Seji mentions that now I think, for her, she doesn't really have things that she's afraid of in life anymore or have any fears from maybe last year or so. But when you're younger, you do have fears or worries about the future, of course. Lots of us do. For example, once you've graduated university, you start thinking about that. But from last year, she definitely feels like those fears have sort of disappeared, which is nice. All right, Yunju, what about you?
저는 뭐 그런 감정적인 이런 것보다 진짜로 무서워하는 게 있는데요.
네. 좋아요.
되게 큰 거 무서워해요.
그게 뭐야?
예를 들면 되게 밤에 되게 큰 빌딩을 본다거나 큰 나무, 큰 산, 뭐 큰 홀. 뭐
서울 돌아다니면 안 되겠네요.
여의도에서 밤 한번 길을 잃은 적 있어요. 어렸을 때. 그때 20살 넘었었는데 너무 무서워서 바닥만 봐가지고 집을 못 왔어요. 그때 버스 정류장 못 찾아서. 근데 여전히 약간 그 큰 거에 대한 무서움이 있어요.
약간 트라우마가
지금 모르겠는데 있었나 봐요. 네.
This is quite interesting. So Yunju was mentioning that she's afraid of big things. So if we explain, yeah, it might sound weird, big things like in the dark, like huge buildings or like huge places or things like that. She's a bit worried about it. When she was a bit younger, she actually got lost in a huge place actually, and there was water, and I think that's probably a little bit sort of staying in her mind, I think, possibly. Interesting. All right. Nice. Now we'll do some more messages from you guys. We do have a couple more to do, but we should probably have listened to another song from 옥상달빛. This is Intern. So there we go, 옥상달빛 there with Intern. Absolutely love that song as well. So we haven't really got that much time remaining for today's show, unfortunately. I've had a great time with 옥상. I think it's been really sort of eye-opening to talk about their music with them. We do have actually, do we have a couple more questions? Yes. We've got Jae-youngi from the UK. Jae-youngi, hello, who writes in. It says, I've always aspired to work in the music industry as my love for music has been in my family for generations. Unfortunately, the reality in the UK is that we take it as it is and you work in a different field because music is not a stable career. What would be your advice? 재영이 씨가 영국에서 지금 음악을 하고 싶어 하는데 아니면 음악 쪽에 일을 하고 싶은데 약간 조금 좀 불안하잖아요, 사실. 그런 거에 대해서 좀 좋은 얘기 해줄 수 있는지.
음악을 시작하는 단계. 방금 그 들으셨던 노래가 인턴이라는 노래도 저희가 굉장히 오랜만에 노래를 낼 때 그 불안함이 되게 컸어요. 저희는 사실 활동을 하고 있는 중간임에도 불구하고 오랜만에 내기 때문에 그런 불안감이 굉장히 많았거든요. 왜냐면 음악 시장이 굉장히 빠르게 변하잖아요.
그렇죠.
그래서 뭔가 뭐 6개월, 1년 안 했으면 사람들은 우리를 아무도 기억하지 못하겠지라는 불안감이 늘 있거든요. 그래서 그런 걸로 생각을 해가지고 만들게 된 그런 건데, 그러니까 저희도 그런 불안함이 사실 활동하고 있는 사람들도 있기 때문에 충분히 그 마음이 불안하고 걱정되는 거는 이해가 가기 때문에 우선은 요즘에 계속 시장을 돌아가는 걸 보면 자기가 좋아하는 음악을 하는 게 진짜 최고인 것 같아요.
네.
이게 유행이라서 맞아. 이거 하고 저게 유행이라서 가는 것보단 자기 거를 갖고 있으면 언젠가는 알아주더라고요.
오리지널리티가 가장 중요한 것 같아요.
Beautiful. Really good advice from Yunju first, who talked about, do you know what, in terms of the music industry, we just had a song called Intern, right? Now, they released that song after a bit of a break, actually, and they were kind of worried at this time because, you know, in the music industry, things change so quickly, especially in Korea as well. It changes super fast. So they were kind of worried about, will people remember us? Will they know who we are once we come back? Of course, they were completely fine when they did come back. But, you know, I think when you are starting off in music, in the music industry, just doing what you love to do is really important. Doing what you like, doing what you love, and being original. Sejin also mentioned originality is huge. So kind of staying true to yourself is something that is really, really important, I think, for anyone who's trying to get into music. Really, really good advice, I think. Excellent. Do we have one last comment? Liana from Malaysia says, yes, I also love Yun Tan Tan. Please invite him too. Would love to attend a festival that 옥달 is in the future. 앞으로 옥상달빛 그 페스티벌 하면 꼭 가보겠다고 리아나님이.
꼭 와요.
All the way from Malaysia. That's a long journey, but you can make it. You can make it. Good stuff indeed. Well, unfortunately, I think it's probably time that we start wrapping things up a little bit. Tell us maybe about any promotional plans for this year. 올해 활동 계획 좀 해주세요.
이제
6월이죠?
6월 말에 또 새로운 싱글 앨범이 나옵니다.
진짜요?
네네네. 이제 거의 한 달에 한 번 정도 계속 낼 예정이라서 앞으로 쭉쭉쭉 남아 있으니까 많이 기대해 주세요.
한 달에 한 번씩 나와주시는 거예요 여기?
네.
그럼요.
나와야지.
부담. Yeah, very good. Very good. So actually end of June they're releasing a new single which is going to be fantastic. Every single month there's going to be more great music from 옥상달빛, which I'm so excited about. I did have a joke of them coming every single month to Super K-pop. That's a lot. So we'll see what happens with that. Fantastic. Well, is there one last thing you'd like to say to our listeners before we do wrap up as well? 그리고 마지막으로 슈퍼 K-pop 가족 여러분에게 가장 하고 싶은 말 좀 해주세요. 인사까지.
오늘 이렇게 초대해 주셔서 너무 감사하고 나중에 꼭 한번 한국에 놀러 오셨으면 좋겠어요. 꼭 저희 음악이 아니더라도 한국이 굉장히 재밌고 좋은 나라거든요. 한번 오셔서 구경하고 노래도 들어보시고 많은 경험을 하고 갔으면 좋겠습니다.
네. Brilliant. And yeah, as well. Last
네. 너무 시간이 빨리 가가지고 뭔가 되게 대화가 너무 잘 통해가지고 그 음악이 나가는 동안도 너무 저희는 편했고요. 다음에 또 진짜 한 달에 한 번 불러주시면 또 새로운 노래 나올 때마다 나오겠습니다. 오늘 감사합니다.
Very good. So firstly, Sejin wraps up with, to all the listeners, please come to Korea. It's a really fun, great country, not only for their music, but just for the country as well. It'll be fantastic. Yoonju had a great time today, great talks, and they'll try to come out as often as they can in the future too. Good stuff. Well, thank you very much to 옥상달빛. We'll end with the last song now. This is 연애 상담 Love Advice. 옥상달빛 감사합니다.
안녕히 계세요.
감사합니다.